Hey friends, welcome back to the next video. Now let's figure out how many distinct or unique customers do we actually have per, let's say, weekday, right? Let's figure that out. So to do this, let me first rename the page properly. Let's say these are our top 10 clients, Here we go. And then let me actually click on the plus symbol to create a new report page, a blank one. So let's say I like to see my weekdays and I can easily display them in or from my dates table. Because my dates table here, and that's why it's extensive and it's very helpful because it contains a lot of columns in here. And sometimes you might want to use one of them. And here, as an example, there's also weekday. So let's search for that, a weekday. I can't find it directly. So what could I do? Well, I could say, let me just search for weekday, week. And here's a day of week name. I think this is it. Let me just tag it, tick this option, and here we go. So day of week name, these are the weekday names. And let me actually increase the size. Go in here and go to the value section here. Let me choose here, let's say something like 15. So the weekdays here are in German, but again, I'm sure you try it out yourself and you see that in front of you should be then your native weekday names and settings, right? Okay, so I can see the weekday names, and now I'm interested in how many customers do we actually serve each weekday. And I don't want to see double counts. So if the same customer comes the same weekday several times, it does not really help. I would like to know what is the unique list of customers for each of the weekdays. How can I do that? Well, there's a quite easy function for that, which is the distinct count function. Distinct count, as the name implies, is simply a distinct, so returns a unique list of the specific, well, in this case, column you are counting. So if I, for instance, remove this filter here for now and say under measures table, let's say new measure, and let's call it unique customers, for instance. So go in here and say these unique customers is equal to, and here we can simply specify distinct count. Here is it, distinct count. And what it does, it tells you it just needs a column name. It could be a text column because it simply counts the number of distinct values inside this column. So if you say distinct count and then, for instance, the customer from the orders table, so a lot of tables in here, let's first search for order TBL. And from the orders table, I'm using the customer company again, like that. Now I can close the parenthesis and I'm basically good to go. So quite easy measure because all we do is really counting the distinct, so without duplicates, number of customer company. And if I press enter, then I got my unique customer count. I can easily visualize that. If I go with a card visual and I will use unique customers, I would get 89, which simply means that in the complete data set, I got 89 distinct or unique customers, which I have. And I can simply use the measure itself inside any kind of visual. So for instance, for the weekday name as a table, I could easily now here add the unique customers. And because I have a filter context here, right? So for instance, this is Thursday. Thursday, I have 70 customers. Friday, 70 customers, and so on, right? Of course, this doesn't add up because the same customer is counted on Friday, but maybe also on Wednesday if he or she also ordered there. But the main point is that here we simply count for each of the weekdays here, what is the unique list of customers. And this can be easily swapped, right? So we can use another kind of dimension. It doesn't have to be a weekday. Could also be, for instance, the categories. And you would see the unique list of customers for categories. So just to show it to you, if I Control-C to copy this, Control-V to paste it, and I simply, let me drag this here to the side. Go in here and say, instead of the day of week name, I could go in here and say, I'd like to see this for my categories. Drag them inside, remove this here, and let's see. And now you can see that you get, for the different kinds of categories, you get different kinds of unique customers. So obviously some customers were not interested in, let's say fish, right? Because they didn't like fish for whatever reason, so they didn't order from us. Maybe they ordered from a competitor, who knows? But this is also an insight, quite powerful sometimes, depending on what kind of product you actually serve to your customers. But to figure out, okay, based on the customer base, what are actually the customers buying from us, right? Could also be interesting. So for the weekday, of course, this could also be interesting. Maybe you should focus on specific weekdays when you do any kind of promotions, for instance, right? So there are various insights you can get from your data, depending on what you actually visualize. And of course, this can also be put not only in a table, I could also swap this into any other kind of visual. Like for instance, I could use here a tree map, could turn this one on. Maybe you would adjust the color. So I don't like, actually for me it's a little bit too colorful actually with the default theme, but you could use it if you want. Or you could say actually maybe a bar chart, maybe easier that way. I can see it like that, or maybe also swap it around like that, and I can see it here in a visual as well. So as I said, it's up to you. There are various ways to visualize that, and there are a lot of options in here. So one little thing, in addition to not only the unique customers by category here, but instead by my day of week name. So if you apply this to your native settings, then you probably see an issue which we already covered before, which is that sometimes the order is not exactly the order you expect, especially when it comes to dates. Remember, we have, for instance, the month names, and the month names were in one specific example we already covered, not in the right structure. So it did not begin with January, then February, but it began with April, for instance, because A is the first letter in the alphabet. And the same is true here. This is also not sorted correctly. I have, of course, the option to sort by day of week name in here, but this will not give me the right sorting. Because actually here, concerning these days, actually the Wednesday should be the first, then the Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. And by the way, the reason why the other days are missing is obviously we did not sell on the other days in here. But the point is, in order to sort this correctly, what can I do? If you remember, what have we done when we faced this issue before? We went to, in this case, the data view. We went to the table, which actually has the column we want to sort. So in this case, our dates table. And when we what we have done then was we actually searched for another column we can base our sorting on, right? Remember that. So here, this table is, as I said already, it's really extensive. So it contains a lot of columns. And I just wanted to mention this and also focus your attention a little bit on that. Also because maybe this table and also the additional columns might be helpful for you in the future when you work on your own reports. And one of them is here a day of week name. And even though the day of week name can't be sorted alphabetically, for instance, because Monday is the first day normally, or depending on the week, of course, maybe Sunday is the first day. But here there is a day of week column which is created. And you could modify this number actually inside the M code if you want. But now I stick with the default one. And here it actually starts with 0 on Monday. So in my case, Monday here would be the first day. Then Tuesday, then Wednesday, and so on. So to get the sorting correct, I could simply select my day of week name column. And then I could say I want to sort this by column. And I'm simply searching for the column next to it, day of week. So if I go in here and search for day of week, so there it is. I tick this option. That means that now I'm sorting my day of week name by the day of week. So it should start on Monday and so on. So the correct week sorting. And if I now go back to my report in here, now I can see it starts with Wednesday for me, then Thursday, then Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. So again, the reason why the other days are not showing is simply because there is no sale on those days. But the point is now the sorting is correct in here, okay? So that is it actually for, at first, of course, counting the customers and getting some insights based on, for instance, category, or in this case, weekday names, and also a small repetition on how you can do any kind of sorting, just in case your dates you use, or in this case, the weekday names are actually completely messed around and you need to figure out how to sort them properly, okay? So that's it for this video. Hopefully that was helpful. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.